Okay, it is having a little bit of issues there. Let's see. Okay, safety on. All right, the gun wall is coming along nicely. Let's go ahead and put some snacks up there for later. Howdy folks, you're watching Deuce, and this is a KelTec P17 22 semi-automatic pistol. I reviewed one quite a while ago. I was one of the first people on the internet to review this in its entirety, you know, basically a full review on it, and I'll put a link up there for that. You can see that later on once you've watched this video, of course. Deuce from the future here. I have uploaded this video at least 6 different times, 6 different versions of this video, and I cannot for the life of me get it past the censorship issues that come along with having 3D printing and different types of pew-pews in your video. Combined, they just don't go past the monetization guidelines. So I'm going to make no money on this video, so I would appreciate it if you guys would hit that like button, give me a like on there, and share this video out to somebody who has a KelTec P17 pistol. I am sure they will appreciate the information. Thank you very much. On with the rest of the video. I came to the conclusion that it's a great little budget-minded 22 pistol. It holds 16 rounds, which is a lot more than most 22 semi-automatic pistols, which normally they hold 10 rounds. So although a lot of manufacturers have decided that, oh, people want higher capacity magazines, like it's a new thing. We've always wanted more capacity in our magazines. So they're starting to find ways to dump more ammo into those 22 mags, and people love it. At a very budget-minded price, it eats pretty much any ammo put through it. It is very quiet when you put a can on, and they are all threaded from the factory for a suppressor, and it is a very quiet suppressor. Some 22 semi-automatic pistols are not that quiet, even with a can on it. This one is, but I see guns as tools, and I'm always looking to improve my tools. So I put this sucker together here. This is what I consider the ultimate KelTec P17 pistol. It has a can on it. Of course, it has a nice can on it. This is a Silencer Co. Sparrow, one of the best cans on the market still. Even though this is kind of outdated technology, it's not the quietest, it's not the lightest, but it is the easiest to clean and it's the easiest to live with. It's just a great can overall. But there are better cans out there now. Shop around. I have a video on that too. I'll put that up here as well, about can selection for your 22. Now, a lot of people put cans on their KelTec P17 pistols. That is not unusual, but what makes this the ultimate one is the fact that it also has a red dot on there as well, which really sets us apart and makes it what I think is the ultimate P17 pistol. But there is an issue with adding a red dot to your P17 pistol, and for that we'll have to go to the range so I can show you. Let's go ahead and do a function test on the weight with an unsuppressed pistol here. Normal high velocity ammo. Okay, it is having a little bit of issues there. Let's see. This is the exact moment I realized that when you're using a 3D printed base for your red dot, you probably also need to upgrade the screws you're using to screw that red dot down. And here's the ones that I bought for that exact purpose. Okay, safety on. Getting felt ejects right there. As you can see right there, that's not good. Okay, I've got some new screws for my Rythan red dot here, or written red dot. I don't know how it's pronounced. I'm not even sure where I bought this. I don't think somebody sent it to me. I think I did actually buy it. But we're gonna see if we can secure that well enough on there with some new screws and see if she works without a suppressor, because I was having trouble with that earlier. Oh, nope. Oh. That really, that really got jammed in there, didn't it? Wow. Huh. Come on, baby. Come on. You can go. Yeah, the extra weight of that red dot, even though this is a very tiny red dot, is still messing up the action. Yeah, this thing's been flawless until I put this red dot on there. It's having trouble ejecting, having trouble feeding. Yep, see another one. Exactly the same way right there. You can see that spent case stuck in the action, jamming it all up. So that's a major issue right there because it's got a round being fed. That's a live round being fed into it, and right on top of it is a spent case stuck in the action. All right. Huh. All right, well that stinks. That stinks because I really wanted to have a red dot on here. I wonder if a lighter red dot would work. And I have one. Okay, we got some light left in the day here. So let's see if this ultra light Ruger red dot works on the P17. It doesn't look like it's lined up at all. So, which really stinks for something you cannot adjust. Not even close. Okay. I have to give it some Kentucky windage to the left severely. It does work though. It is light enough to work. So that means that as long as you have a light enough red dot, it will work without a suppressor on it, which is amazing because up until now, I've struggled with that. Now, just to show what I was talking about with the issue with the back pressure, I'm gonna go ahead and add a suppressor to the pistol. Now, it should work even with the heavier red dot. This should work with the back pressure helping out with the suppressor. Beautiful. So if you got a suppressor, it really doesn't matter what size red dot you put on here. It just works. And it works like gangbusters. But when you take that off, you take that suppressor off, well, I can't do that. Oh. YouTube TOS. But if you take that suppressor off, then you are SOL as far as the form and function of this pistol. And therein lies the problem. If you put a heavy red dot on top of the reciprocating action of a lightweight, small, semi-automatic pistol that's chambered in .22 long rifle, then you're going to substantially change the dynamic involved in the blowback design of the pistol because there's nothing holding this back except for the weight. And if there's too much weight, then it doesn't have enough, the cartridge does not have enough oomph to completely cycle all the way back to chamber the next round. It doesn't have the energy unless you go to a super expensive ammo, which would be like Stingers, like CCI Stingers or Velocitors or something of that nature. So instead of spending 8 cents a round, you're spending 20 cents a round. And at that point, you just might as well buy a different gun than something budget-minded like the P17. So as I demonstrated on the range, there's 2 ways to fix this dilemma. Number 1 is to only shoot your red dotted P17 pistol with a suppressor. I don't like that solution. I want to be able to shoot my gun whether it's with a can or without a can. I don't want to be worried about the back pressure of a suppressor to make sure that my firearm works. I don't like that. I like adjustable gas blocks on AR-15s, and I want to be able to shoot my .22s with or without a can at the whim without making any other changes. I'll do a full review of the Ruger Ready Dot at some point in the near future, but it is a very unusual design. It is a very lightweight plastic chassis here, and there's no electronics. There's no battery, there's no electronics. It's all fiber optic from the sunlight beaming down on it. Because it's super simplistic and it's super lightweight, it does not change the mass enough to cause an issue, whether I have the can on or have the can off the pistol. Doesn't matter if I'm shooting subsonic ammo, it doesn't matter. It still goes ahead and functions just like it did from the factory without all this stuff added to it. At this point in the video, all the people who own KelTec P17s is probably asking the screen right now, how do I mount a red dot onto my P17? Well, it's very easy. There's a plate that you can kind of see sandwiched right there. I'll put the schematic right there. You can see that. There's a plate that takes the 2 top screws on the top of the rail that are already there from the factory. And you take those 2 screws out, you print that plate off on your 3D printer, and you put it down there, and then those 2 screws go right on top. The one design that I found fits the RMSC type footprint for red dots. So it doesn't fit all the red dots, it's not a full-size RMR sight, because again, I don't know a single RMR sight that's light enough to function in this setup, and it would be a big brick on top of, that'd be like shooting with the mailbox on top of your pistol. That's just not going to work. So you're going to need something like an RMSC, something meant for the Smith & Wesson Shield to operate on this, because anything bigger, not going to work. If you go on the internet, if you go on eBay or whatnot, you will find a ton of these little plates for sale for the P17 pistol made out of aluminum. And I'm afraid that the aluminum might be too heavy. If you stack all these aluminum pieces on top of this reciprocating slide and you want to shoot standard velocity or subsonic ammo through your P17 pistol, even with a can, you may not be able to get that to cycle very reliably. Again, all this aluminum weight is going to mess everything up. Now, luckily, KelTec did think of this. They found out that, hey, people actually do want to put red dots on their P17 pistols. So what did they do? Well, they came up with a design. You can go on their website right now, the KelTec website, and find this item for sale. And you can buy it and have it shipped straight to your house, because it's not an FFL item. But what it does is it's a whole new upper section here. All the reciprocating mass is new. You can buy the whole upper that just snaps onto the old frame there. Now, the problem with buying something like that is the price, because it costs almost as much as the entire pistol costs you. If you're planning to plop down 4 Benjamins on a semi-automatic 22 pistol, get a Ruger Mark IV. Oh, this is a Mark III. I've not upgraded to the Mark IVs yet, but get a Ruger Mark IV. It will last you multiple lifetimes. It's almost all aluminum. It is not mostly plastic like the P17 is, and it is equally as reliable. The only downside is that it has a 10-round magazine versus a much larger magazine for most states. Well, guys, that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a like and go subscribe. A lot more is on the way. If you have any comments, questions, or show ideas, leave that down in the comments down below. I'll try to answer as many of those as possible. And as always, you guys have a great day. See ya.